the rosters if you would for Ashland University.
Yeah, we'll be Ada in the top lane, and Jeem in jungle, Fish in Tux for mid lane, Ruthless C as their AD carry, and finally at support, Ayo Azue.
All right, and for the side of Why Are You Running, we have J Daddy Me-Link in the top lane, Mike Oxmal Bros in the jungle, AR actually AFK in the mid lane, Twitch TV J Just Fight in the bottom lane role, and Dr. Monocle on support. Opening with a Nunu ban. So this is a very good ban. Nunu is a pick that Why Are You Running has been looking for a lot.
Yeah, we've seen it a lot today.
Yeah, no, even in tournaments overall, it's a pick that has been working very well for Why Are You Running. They like to prioritize that Nunu onto Mike Oxmal. So we see the Vladimir being taken away, another very powerful ban.
Yeah, it's one of those picks that once you get the later that the game scales, the longer the scarier the Vladimir gets.
Oh yeah, 1v9 Vlad late game.
Yeah,
and
we've seen some
focus coming in. Though.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of long games today, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that banned.
Yeah, and the Elise being banned away again. 2 bans already thrown towards Mike Oxmal there. Wondering if what the Kindred situation looks like. Does it get banned away from Ashland University? Does it get left on the table? Does Why Are You Running say they have an answer to it as the Silas gets banned away?
Banned out the Silas. They are not having that after that last game that you mentioned.
No, I mean, Silas is one of those champions where if you have a player who's very confident in the Silas, just get rid of it. Now, what's interesting?
Ban out the Xerath.
The Xerath does get banned away against AR, but the Azir was left open. Another champion that he's very well known for. So interesting to see if they first pick that or the Kindred or what their game plan is coming out of Ashland here.
Definitely going to be exciting to see who gets picked up first. I would not be surprised to see a big team fight presence like an Azir just to steal it away.
Okay, so they actually banned the Kindred away. It's tough to do that when it's a champion that you yourself look for, saying that it is our jungler's most played, most proficient champion. The Xayah being picked up. Oh,
I'm surprised. We also do have stuff like the Caitlyn available still, and Caitlyn is just a ridiculously consistent pick right now. Ooh, I would love to see Miss Fortune. She got a lot of buff love in this patch.
No, and there's the Cork again, and that's a flex pick. We heard last game they took it into the bot lane, so this could go mid, it could go bot lane, and flex picks are so powerful.
I would expect it to go mid just because they put it in the bot lane last game, so I feel like the other team is going to expect it.
Or do you expect them and them expecting
playing the triple mind games?
What level of is it 9,000 IQ or is it 9 IQ? Who knows? Waiting to see. There's the Yuumi Sivir follow up. Most likely going to come in. Ezreal looking for the safe lane phase.
Yeah, that is really safe.
Yeah, I'm very surprised to see the sort of the passive early start to with the Ezreal Yuumi. It can poke very heavily if they're expecting the Corki to be in the bot lane. It's a pretty good answer to it.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely have to see how they respond. There aren't picks. Yeah, I was about to say there's Thresh available still. There's stuff like Alistar that was also available. And those are just tons of kill pressure to try to put on that Yuumi. But with the arcane shifts, it's going to be hard to get on top of the Ezreal.
I'm surprised it took Thresh over Nautilus, right? Nautilus is normally the support you look for when you see Yuumi locked in because it's just such guaranteed initiation onto whoever Yumi's sitting on. As the Malphite, there are so many flex picks happening here.
And,
it could be Malphite jungle, could be Malphite mid, they could put tank Malphite top lane, you have Corki could go mid, could go bot. So I really like the versatility coming out of Ashland University so far.
Yeah, definitely an exciting champion select, and they are not disappointing us so far.
No, not at all. Waiting to see what the third pick coming out of Why Are You Running is. Expecting a jungler priority to come in before it gets banned. Olaf, another signature champion of Mike Oxmal, does very well for them when they're looking for aggressive plays early on. And I'm hoping they draft the top mid accordingly to that.
Yeah, and that gives them that early pressure that they're missing out from their bottom lane.
But what's tough here is now you say, okay, well, where do we want to focus our bans now, right? I'm expecting maybe top lane is where they're going to throw their bans because the Corki could go mid, could go bot, Malphite could go mid, could go jungle, could go top, but it's more often seen in the mid and jungle. So here
it's like they will just take the Camille.
They banned away the Camille from out of there, but it's really tough if you're inside of Why You're Running here because you don't know where you want to put your bans. Kled being banned away from J Daddy Me-Link, I'm sure Curry's crying out there, his signature champion.
Yeah, I love Kled. I've been playing a lot. He's the top laner I've been trying to teach myself most.
Really?
So, yeah, I definitely. He's so much fun because no one expects the remount. No one expects the remount. And it's
or the speed or how so fast you can get the remount.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Factor,
exactly.
Yeah,
I have a couple recent 1v2s that have been pretty nutty.
The Mordekaiser ban coming in.
Yeah, we've
Not
seen a
sure if
lot
that
of
was
Mordekaiser
intentional
today.
ban or not. That was the very last second, so it could be but I mean, I guess he must have clicked it, otherwise it'd be no ban. And it's still a pretty good ban. You know, you don't really want to deal with a Mordekaiser when you have Yuumi in your team, because you can yoink whoever Yuumi's on and dismount
Yeah.
Yuumi. Can make for some pretty powerful
Leave her in
plays
a
there.
really bad position.
Absolutely, and there's the Azir ban coming in against AR. But there's still quite a few power picks left for the side of Why Are You Running, I think. You know, they could like to take a tank top laner like the Shen Poppy or something like that and play around an Ezreal and a hyper carry mid laner. You still have very powerful mid lane picks like Syndra available. I'm expecting them to hold their mid pick till last, most likely. They might elect to do it for top lane, but knowing the playstyle of it, yep, there's the Cho'Gath. So they're showing the Cho'Gath. I'm expecting the Cho'Gath to go top lane. Could be flexed into the mid lane as well.
Yeah, that's a
You could
lot
do
less
full
traditional,
AP.
though.
You could do full AP Cho'Gath mid lane, or you could run a top lane. And the Fiora. Oh, that would be a very. Oh, that's a very good pick into Cho'Gath. If you know how to play Fiora. So I don't know what out of proper's efficiency on the
And
Fiora
I know that
is,
you
but
know how to play Fiora.
I do like me some Fiora. Fiora is a very fun champion.
Yeah, I've played with you a couple times on the Fiora, and it's a lot of fun to watch you play Fiora.
Yeah, the Orianna, and look, so it is going to be quirky in the bot lane role. You know, you have the Orianna being locked in here, and you have a very good ball delivery. You have Thresh, Malphite, and Corki. All three can deliver the ball from Orianna into the enemy team.
Yeah, that'll be
Now, what is AR going to pick up in the mid lane? That's the big question. I'm expecting the Cho'Gath LeBlanc being hovered. Could be some very good cheese damage into the Orianna. Has to be a little cognizant of the Malphite. You have LeBlanc, you have Syndra, Cassiopeia though.
yeah,
Trying to
let's
deny,
go.
that's pretty good. Trying to deny the Corki, Thresh, Orianna, and Malphite. And Fiora actually, all five of them have dash-based abilities.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh wait, no,
definitely
not
a-
Orianna.
Not
No,
Orianna.
everyone but Orianna. Everyone
else.
but
Yeah,
Orianna
everyone else.
has something to be stopped by the Cassiopeia route.
Yeah, the miasma will definitely be helpful in that matchup. And one thing we'll have to pay attention to is how Yuumi delivers. How the Olaf delivers the Yuumi, because I think that'll be a really big source of engage from Why Are You Running.
Yeah, the Yuumi running, you know, on the Olaf, going for that hard initiation.
Yeah, giving him the zoomies, making him even faster, plus that ultimate is gonna be scary.
Yeah, and I think this is looking like a front to back here for the side of Why Are You Running. You know, you have the Cho'Gath, Olaf, sort of trying to make a frontline wall for your heavy poke Ezreal Cassiopeia. What's nice about a front to back with Yuumi is you have that continuous sustain onto the Olaf and Cho'Gath, letting them heal up quite a bit during those fights. Whereas from the side of Ashen University, you have a heavy split push composition with the Fiora. You know, once you lock in Fiora, you are telegraphing that we are going to play a 4-1 playstyle. You know, you're saying that, okay, we're going to try and play around the Malphite hard initiation and the Orianna ball delivery system and keep Fiora silent, try and push into JDaddy Meelink on the Cho'Gath, who you know Fiora will heavily outscale. At some point, she's going to melt through Cho'Gath like butter. Like, that's just how the champion's designed. And there's no one on the side of of Why Are You Running that'll actually be able to deal with their split push. So really, it's going to rely on Why Are You Running, knowing that, okay, we need to look for hard initiation style plays. Yeah, I'm expecting a Righteous Glory Olaf with Yuumi on top of it. You were mentioning on how the Olaf delivers the Yuumi. I think that's one of the biggest factors. You can have Righteous on Cho or on Olaf, and you look to use that to set up plays for your team. But you have to be very careful with this Malphite. Is he going to go full AP Malphite? If it's full AP Malphite, you have to be very careful because he can one-shot Ezreal, even through Yuumi. Unless Yuumi lands like a mid-Malphite ult exhaust,
Yeah,
which will stop the Malphite burst.
that does not sound like a pleasant experience.
For who?
Either side.
Either side. Non-pleasant side experience for either side. Yeah. The Malphite CC big rip, and as well as the damage reduction out of Yuumi for the exhaust. However, there's no ignite. Another thing to note is there's no ignite on the
those
side of Why
knights.
You're Running into the Fiora, right? So if there comes a fight, you need to have some form of heal cut onto Fiora in these team fights if she ever groups and looks for these plays. Although I'm expecting Fiora to basically just never be in the game. Like I'm expecting Fiora to split push 24/7, try and force objectives, similarly to how we saw Jin playing last game on the Jax, where he was just playing split push Jax, committing to it. That's basically how Fiora plays here, except Jax was better at team fights than Fiora.
Yeah, I think when we see Fiora, it's because they're going to be because she forced people to come respond to her.
Exactly. And again, I'm expecting the Spear Shojin Fiora to come in. Super powerful, you get your parry up pretty quickly. But all in all, I mean, which side are you favoring draft-wise?
I think I like the draft a little bit more out of Ashland. I like the quirky Thresh. I think it'll be an interesting bot lane. I don't know what they're going to be able to. I think if Ezreal Yumi is able to just survive, maybe they get to scale up. But I just think there's more kill pressure coming through with that Thresh. I think that, like you mentioned, the Nautilus probably would have been a little bit better. But I think that if they can lock down the Ezreal, it'll definitely work out for them in that respect.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of quickly on the Thresh is they may be looking for some really cheese Lantern Malphite ult plays.
Yeah.
Where you Lantern Malphite in and he's instantly jumping right in with his ultimate. Maybe even if it's a teamfight situation with the Orianna ball right on him instantly.
Oh yeah, can cover a lot of damage. I'm sorry, cover a lot of distance.
I can't even imagine a full AP Malphite with the Orianna on top
from like
of it.
3 screens away.
Three screens away with a Lantern play.
It's like Rakan. It's not not pleasant.
Oh man, and it's Predator Malphite. So it's going to be pretty gross here. As let's see, we got the Grasp on Cho'Gath, Grasp. Oh, Fiora ran Grasp, which is really interesting. You should probably be running Conquer in this lane matchup. Grasp it's very respectful. You know, you take Grasp a lot. Like, you know, it helps you survive lane more and do better in lane, but it scales less optimally than Conquer does. You know, when you are looking to play to this late game style, NA pause. Unfortunately, Dr. Monaco is running the wrong icons, TSM icon. It's all right. We forgive mistakes here. JDaddy MeLink running the appropriate TL icon. Who's going to Worlds? I'm sorry, who's going to Worlds? First Dragon is going to be an Ocean as well, which is super interesting. Curious to see. The only Orianna had time to buy an item.
And it just popped up too.
Now we know who has the fastest buy time. That's crucial.
Got the fast click.
So now we expect.
Actually, always buy your trinket first because it scales off the timing. It resets off of when you buy the trinket.
I don't think it matters when you first buy it.
I heard Kobe in a stream one time say that, and
really,
it's based on when you buy the trinket. So
maybe I think it's a universal timer. I'm not entirely sure. It should only stop when you have max stacks. That's a really interesting point, though. Now I'm super curious. But I thought you always get it at the same time. We'll have to check on that one later on.
Yeah, that'll definitely be a custom game experiment.
Want to talk about real quick the matchups here, though, right? So we have Fiora and Cho'Gath, and it's pretty skill based, right? It depends on how good will JDaddy MeLink be on those Qs, playing around silence really optimally. Basically trying to harass Fiora down in lane and vice versa. It's going to be on Fiora to go for those vital procs, try and bully JDaddy MeLink out of lane early on, because if JDaddy MeLink comes back with like a Thornmail early, like a Bramble Vest and some tank items early on, it's going to be really hard for Fiora to react to that until much later on in the game. In the jungle, I'm expecting Olaf to just take over, right? Yeah. I'm expecting this high pressure jungle to come in, even counter jungle, right? Into Olaf, into Malphite.
Into the Malphite. The Malphite is traditionally played in the AP style, so he kind of suffers in his initial clear. So Olaf, especially since he benefits from being lower health, I think it'll definitely benefit him in that early jungle matchup. I'm really interested to see how this mid lane matchup works, because I think that matchup is mostly skill-based.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and it all depends on when Olaf finds Malphite too, right? Because if Malphite hasn't used his seismic shove, seismic shove might be Tilya's. When Malphite uses his E for the attack speed reduction, the ground slam. Thank you. That's gonna be the crucial point. As we see a 5-man stack here with Yuumi, it's so good because you can. So if you land the slow, it's almost a guaranteed kill unless you have a beautiful flash over a wall or something. The Thresh might get spotted here. I don't know. I don't think Thresh quite saw that.
I don't think Thresh saw that. He's going to be walking back.
Oh no, but
Oh, no.
but Why Are You Running doesn't know he's walking back.
Jay, justify. They will find
There's
him
the
out.
slow.
Yep, we'll find the slow onto the Thresh. 4 members here. Dredgeline does. I'm sorry, the Undertow connects onto the Thresh. Will be Thresh going down. Won't blow any summoners. Extra 400 gold going over to the Ezreal, and that is a killer start. And when you are 2-2, I'm sorry, 1-1 rather.
No, absolutely, and it's also super important to note that they intentionally fed that kill to Jay Justify.
Oh yeah.
Which is really important, right? Like that you saw all members stop autoing Thresher to make sure it went over, which is really, really crucial. Listen, you know what? Let's make sure we get this onto an ideal laner. Because they give it to Ezreal, no, Ezreal's not this massive hyper carry like a Kai'Sa or Vayne or something. But if you guarantee lane phase, it helps so much because you can play around, the Cassiopeia more, who is your team hyper carry.
Yeah, we do have the level 2s coming in on the junglers. Yeah, but really exciting to see that kill come over so early for Jay Justify. We'll have to see how quickly he can get his Sheen and his tier going.
No, absolutely sorry about that. And notice also that Quirky started Doron Shield. So a very respectful purchase from them, saying, saying that, we're going to get harassed down pretty heavily by the Ezreal Yuumi combination. So,
yeah, gonna get poked by the Qs from Ezreal and Yuumi, so you might as well get ready for that. Might as well get ready to regen some of that health.
Yeah, and here already we see the Fiora harass coming down, getting those vital procs in. But Jada,
nice
with a
knockup.
nice play there, forcing Fiora to eat a lot of minion damage. Fiora jumped into basically a giant wave of minions and tanked the whole thing, lost at least 150 to minions alone.
And the extra damage that comes through with that Cho'Gath E, it's pretty monumental early. Fiora does have to blow the flash, does get hit by the Undertow, does not connect the axe, trying to find something with the parry, does get knocked up in this, will be Mike Ox trying to, will pick up the Fiora kill.
Yeah, now what a good play too, identifying that this Fiora is playing super aggressive, and this is sort of like the Fiora syndrome, is that you want to get a lead in lane, but by doing so, you're basically just inviting the enemy team's jungler over to your lane. Thresh Hook doesn't
Definitely
quite find a mark
interesting
there,
death
but
sentence.
yeah, just trying to put a little bit of pressure here. It's really hard to do much in the Yuumi lanes.
Yeah, definitely hard to lock down a Yuumi.
Yeah, the Yuumi Q does so much damage. A little bit of I'll call that a little bit of an aggressive play from Dr. Monaco there, trying to find the harass. Does
Ooh,
find the
nice
hook on
death sentence.
Ezreal,
Won't, yeah, will
they
not
can't
follow
follow it
on
up
that.
though,
Yeah.
right? That's what's super
They
hard.
don't really have kill pressure yet.
Yeah, they have the Ignite on Thresh, but you're versus the Heal Exhaust on the Yuumi, and what's important is that even if both laners fall critically low, you have the teleport back into lane on Jay Justify with a Yuumi, so that is a huge advantage when you don't need to have flash on your support.
Yeah, and look at the Ezreal's items. He has gotten really lucky from that Klepto.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he's gotten quite a few things. I think I would have personally preferred some sly sacks of gold, but or even the ability potion.
He might have
very rarely obtained ability potion.
The one that only
Skill
comes in
potion.
after it's like after you're putting points into your 1-point wonder.
No, absolutely. Those things can make a big difference, though. And look at this. Jay actually baited the Fiora in to use the Q on the Vital, and instantly returned with a silence and E. But he is now has to crawl out of that. Got a giant wave pushing in the bot lane here. There is one sly sack of gold on Ezreal, making progress. Mike Oxmal now trying to look for something on the bot side of the map because of how aggressive Corki and Thresh are playing. And what's interesting is Malphite is just sort of trying to power farm to 6. Undertow does connect. It's a lot of slows, but
Yeah, a lot of slows
Predator
coming through onto the
Malphite.
Thresh. Malphite trying to come through and make whatever he can work, but honestly, don't think there's anything he can do.
yeah, Predator utilized by Malphite, so won't have that for just a little bit of time. Good. I think good overall pressure. I like the pressure Mike Oxwell's putting there. I do think that he should try and power farm a little bit to not get out-tempoed by the Malphite, who is basically going to be looking for level 6 proc. Is just a little bit of tango going on in the top lane there. Nothing coming out of it. Glacial Shroud is on the Cho'Gath, though.
Yeah, it gives him a lot of that early armor, which is exactly what you need against the Fiora. Look for that in the early Ninja Tabi.
Yeah, the extra mana that you get from that's very, very big. He might even be looking to rush a Righteous Glory for the mid game here. He could turn the Glacial Shroud into Frozen Heart,
And
but
it's
I don't
really
think he will.
unfortunate for Fiora. It does have the grasp, so won't have that extra true damage that comes through with the Conqueror.
Yeah, it gives you. It definitely helps you survive in lane phase, where you get the healing off of the procs, but like you mentioned, it's not the most ideal come late game.
It has to rush the Vamp Scepter first. That is interesting.
Yeah, Vamp Scepter, I think I agree with that. Normally, you'll see Fiora's rush the Tiamat. I think in this where you're getting harassed down, the objective is more of a I need to make sure I survive this lane phase, and a lot of that will be around the Vampiric Scepter. Which you can into a Cho'Gath, you can also very easily go into a Blade of the Rune King instead of getting a Ravenous Hydra at all.
Oh yeah, just go for that percent.
Yeah, a little bit of a ring around the rosy there, as Corki knows the Yuumi game all too well. Pickaxe on the Ezreal now, no Sheen just yet, but trying to rush that Mana Moon as soon as he can.
Yeah, haven't got to back yet for Ruthless and Lua.
Yeah, they're still sitting on a lot of gold. Yeah, 1840. Oh, that's so
That's
much
a
gold.
ton of gold.
Yeah, that is a lot of gold in the pockets of Corki. He's going to be very, very happy, looking to probably pick up a Sheen pretty quickly
They've actually moved over towards the Ocean Drake.
Yeah, early start by the Olaf, and this is one of the advantages Olaf has, is he can rush those dragons very early on. He doesn't even have a completed jungle item, but is able to rush the Ocean Drake down, and the survivability out of Ocean is actually so crucial for why are you running.
I don't think that we are gonna see Fiora kill Cho'Gath now.
Yeah, that sustain on with both health and mana is so crucial for Cho'Gath, especially, who's able to just infinitely live up. The Corrupting Potion on Fiora, along with the Vampiric Scepter, will make it quite a bit harder for J-Dad immediately to find a kill of his own, though. So, see how
Yeah,
that
it definitely
plays
gives
out.
him a ton of survivability.
Yeah. Is the another Ocean actually going to be up next in 4 minutes and 20 seconds there. Rift spawning in 2 minutes. I'm expecting Mike Oxmal to be playing around this Rift quite a bit. 10-minute spawn. Maybe we'll get a CG five-man Rift
Five-man
player.
Rift at
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, that's the play here. And Corki did come back with a Sheen and the two components for the Phage there. No boots picked up, though, which is pretty interesting. A little bit of a disrespect there. I think early boots into Yuumi lanes are usually pretty necessary.
Oh man, he's not even really doing damage to J Daddy.
No, he's trying to bait out an ability from J-Daddy to look for the parry kill. So he's waiting for like a Q to like a cheeky Q to come down or something that he can parry and stun. Oh, he didn't even parry it. Oh, what an interesting play there.
Can you parry the silence and get the stun?
You cannot get the stun, but you can parry it. It has to be hard CC
Hard
in order.
CC, okay.
Has to be hard CC in order to get the stun off. So it has to be the Q. But it comes down to reaction.
It'd be cool
time.
if you could deflect the stun though, like throw it back at Cho'Gath.
It's kind of what you do. You mean the silence?
Okay.
Silence utilized there. And we actually have Mike Oxmal trying to set up a dive here. This could be dangerous or very good. Into Fiora can go one of two ways there.
Yeah, it just depends on if the ultimate is going to be used properly.
Oh, the damage on the Ezreal.
Ooh, we do have the Malphite ultimate coming through, followed up by the Fresh, trying to get anything that it can.
Oh,
will go
my
down to the tower.
God.
Malphite is... Oh, man.
Minions!
Oh, Minions will go ahead and pick up the Ezreal.
Minions
Dr.
alive!
Monocle didn't have the heal up. Won't be able to save his AD carry. We do have Cassiopeia making her way down. Petrifying Gaze is available, but they will be able to just walk themselves out.
Yeah, the aggro is very unfortunate, but every League of Legends player knows that feeling. You make a great play only to die to minions.
It be like that sometimes.
It does indeed be like that. Was probably the best that they could have played that situation, though. I mean, outside of the obviously unfortunate dying to minions, Corki was still trying to position to find one more rocket to connect to look for the kill anyway. But overall, pretty good play. We saw Cassiopeia rotate down to the bot lane and Mike Oxmal cover mid, try and cover up on some of that CS. So overall, pretty good play by them. But I mean, overall, obviously 1 for 1 in the favor of AU as Yuumi didn't actually die. Only Ezreal died. So it was 1 for 1. That was not
Yeah, not
pretty
too
good.
bad.
Pretty
but they
good
also
in the favor. They blew the Malphite ult. They blew,
blew the threshold. They blew some flashes, but
Yeah.
just a lot going on in
Oh.
that bottom lane.
fancy feet coming in there. But they have to be careful. Corki, it does have a lot of damage now, and I couldn't tell it did quite long enough, but I believe he's sitting on package as well.
Yeah, sitting on
Yep,
package.
he's got that package. So right now, they're really looking for this play, but look at that Yuumi harass. That is basically all Yuumi damage on the Thresh right there. Man, look at that. They want to look for the play so bad. They want to utilize this package as fast as they can.
It's actually just expired, unfortunately.
Yeah, you have to be careful with that Valkyrie. You don't want to.
Don't want to waste it in not waste it rather, but use it and wild turtle yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, J-Justify eating quite a few missiles there.
Yeah, pretty even in actually sorry, pretty dominant for Cassiopeia in this mid lane, up 107 to 81.
Oh, here comes
Malphite
the
getting caught out.
Malphite.
3 members
Oh,
here.
mid-dash
to
goes
oh,
down.
Man.
If
And it
that
takes the
ultimate
cooldown.
connected, it would have been in range of Orianna to combo onto AR.
Yeah, I think the most
missing.
upsetting part about that is it did take the cooldown for the Malphite ult.
It did indeed. As J-Justify trying to find... nothing to note is J-Justify doesn't actually have Sheen yet either. So these Qs are pre-Sheen. They're already chunking.
Oh, man.
Trying to get those stacks off. But these are standard J-Justify skill shots coming in here, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. There's another one. Can we
There's
get a
another
counter going?
Oh,
As,
man.
here comes the aggressive Mike Oxmal as usual
Yeah,
with the
unfortunately,
ultimate.
We'll
Can't
get caught
stop
out there.
those.
Not where you want to be. Another Ocean Drake coming up gives bot lane a ton of priority. Corki's actually taking his back
Oceans
now, too.
would be so big for J Daddy in this top lane.
Yeah, he might not even have to buy a Warmogs this game.
Yeah, the healing off of 2 Oceans is ludicrous. So the fact they're going to secure this, the TP's blown him in the mid lane. 2 Oceans, and it's going to be a 3rd Ocean Drake in 5 more minutes.
Oh, my goodness.
Man, if Why Are You Running gets a 3rd Ocean Drake, it's going to be very hard for Ashland University to find anything on them this game. There's so much saying. Mike Oxbow doesn't even need to back in the jungle anymore. He can just sit around, just heal up, clear everything, take everything.
Yeah, he just gets to do whatever he wants so far this game. Sitting at 2-0-2, already has the Warrior completed, picks up the Ninja Tab. Actually, yeah, we'll pick up the Ninja Tabby. Keeps picking them up and then selling them.
I think we might have missed a Rift play too. I completely overlooked the fact that Rift was taken by, I believe it was Mike Oxman earlier and dropped mid lane for plates.
Yeah, definitely. I think we missed that while that bottom lane shenanigan was going on.
Yeah,
but,
all the bottom lane shenanigans when Malphite showed in the bot lane. So there is quite a bit of a lead built up here, 13.5 minutes in, with a 3K goal lead in the favor of Why Are You Running. Predator coming up soon on Malphite, who's going to look to make plays utilizing that ultimate. He is going full AP from the looks of it so far, as Yuumi utilizes ult for not able to find anything off of that play. Trying to zone the Thresh off, scared of an engage possibly.
zoning ult.
There's the Malphite. Nothing too much going on.
Yeah,
over
Unstoppable
there, though.
Force is available, but they won't use it.
Oh man,
True
that Ezreal
Barrage.
damage is doing so. I just feel like when I play Ezreal, my ult just doesn't do that much damage.
It doesn't.
It doesn't, right?
No,
like
it
it just doesn't.
No, specifically you.
Oh, specifically me. Okay,
Specifically
okay,
your
okay,
Ezreal
okay.
does not do that
Yeah, I
damage,
see,
yes.
I see. That would make sense. It is a right game
Yeah.
after all. We have Thresh at about half health here. We haven't seen Mike Oxmal do too much down here. I think it's finally bot lane's turn for a piece of the pie as Mike Oxmal's looking, but the problem is it's pretty hard to gank a Corki. If anything, they have to focus the Thresh down into play, and there's not a lot of vision coverage for him to work with there. Someone's going to look to invade, get some vision down in the mid jungle. He's got that pink in his inventory. He's going to try and drop deep as he clears out some vision from Ashland University. Mike Oxmal always plays around a ton of vision.
Yeah.
And also, quick note, Cho'Gath did rush the Righteous and did get the Bramble, so now it's going to be so hard for Fear to do anything.
Yeah.
Who did get the Ravenous? Don't think that was the play there. I'm expecting a 4-man play to be set up on the bot side pretty soon.
Ruthless dodging all those skill shots.
Yeah, like I said, if we were to start a counter on the number of missed Ezreal Qs, it could be bad for Fish and Tux.
Not really where you want to be. Do have the ultimate get popped here, but
J Daddy with the
Shockwave.
KS.
Yeah, and that will be 3 members in the mid lane trying to finish off that turret. First turret going over, and now I think they might be making their TP goes trying to get the Cho'Gath back up to that top side. trying to deny the free farm onto that Fiora.
Yeah, and actually they try to cancel the back from Ruthless, but unfortunately you have a Malphite coming in, and
Yeah,
there
Unstoppable
it is,
Flash,
a
Unstoppable
flash!
Force won't find anyone. Fantastic flash from Jay Justify.
Yeah, the root coming down onto Thrash there. Good reaction time out of Jay Justify there. Can't land skill shots, but can dodge Malphite ults.
Yeah, that was a fantastic final chapter, too. Did get a little bit of the lockdown on that Malphite afterwards.
And this is secured top lane tower. They force Fiora off of this. She can't even walk up. And this is the problem I was trying to make, though, is that Fiora can't actually do anything in this game. Right? Like, we're never going to see her. Like, even by the time she starts to become relevant, you already have, like, Cho'Gath and Olaf just running into your team as a 5v4 situation, and you're left saying, what do I do, guys? You have CC. Yes, they have CC for Mike Oxmal, but it's Olaf, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean... who has the real unstoppable force is the question, right?
Yeah,
Corki's
definitely
sitting on package.
Definitely really good so far. Already have the Rod of Ages completed on the Cassiopeia, stacking up that Seraph's Embrace. Do have Mike Oxmal try to find Fish and Tux, will get the Blast Cone away.
Yeah, just forcing him. And, I mean, this game so far has basically just come down to jungle difference.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
it really has. If we look, there's 1,200 gold difference.
yeah, I mean, you have Jum who's trying his best on this Malphite, and we haven't actually seen a lot of success here today on the Malphite jungles so far. You know,
Yeah.
we've seen a couple players try and pull it off, and it hasn't done like phenomenally well. I think it's more of like a solo Q cheese sort of thing with this AP Malphite. And look, I mean, would you rather have that Malphite or that Cho'Gath on your team? Like, let's be honest for a second here.
That's a big Cho'Gath.
That's a very big Cho'Gath. I don't think you should try and fight the Fiora. Like, after all is said and being done, you still don't try and duel her. So that's a pretty scary situation for
Yeah, especially
Mike
with ultimate
Oxmal.
available. Final chapter does get blown. No ultimate available for the
This
Malphite.
is
Do
pretty
catch out
bad.
Jay Justify with the hook. Death sentence. Do have the Yuumi on the Cho'Gath now. Ultimate available. Will be able to devour if he can get on top of people. Oh, it does flash. Flash Devour for the double kill. Gets the knock up onto the Corki. Trying to find with the prowling projectile, but won't find anything. 3 members on the bot side trying to push this turret in and pick up the bot tier 1.
Yeah, I mean, Orianna already utilized Shockwave, so she doesn't really have anything to work with right now. Or, no, I can't tell. It says she's sitting on it, but I thought she used it just a second ago. So unsure on that. Could be a visual bug, as his bot lane tower will go down. It's a Cho'Gath who really doesn't care much about tanking towers. He's got 2 oceans in his pocket. However, at this point, Fiora is getting to free farm a little bit, catching up in that CS. If the game, again, even though there's a lead,
They're doing it.
yeah, there's the third ocean, but if the game goes on long enough, Fiora will become basically impossible to deal with in a 1v1 and possibly 1v2 situation. The thing is that if Fiora can get to like 3 items, she can 1v2 Cho'Gath and Olaf pretty easily. Like that's like the biggest thing to watch out for, is after she completes Trinity and Spear Shojin, which is where probably how she should be building right now. If she completes those 2 items, she can very easily 1v2. That is without a doubt. That's how the champion works. So it's hyper carry, side lane, dual 1v2, and look at the damage.
A lot of damage coming out of that Cassiopeia. The empowered.
Yeah, there's a lot of, and he's kind of tanky too, right? He's got the Roa Seraph's build. So once he finishes that Archangel staff, that shield amount is going to be humongous too.
Yeah, most likely we'll see.
There's a Seraph's, as I said.
Yeah, most likely we'll see the Oblivion Orb too.
Yeah.
Probably something like that. So we will see like a really faux tanky AR actually.
He
AFK.
could go Oblivion Orb. I actually personally, I think Morale McConn's a little bit overrated unless you really need the heal cut. I think going for Void Staff, etc., tends to be more gold efficient and just better overall.
I also like the Leandries on the Cassiopeia.
Leandries would be really good too.
But there's not really tanks on the side of
exactly
Ashland,
right. So like you don't even need to go there. You could even go for like a Zhonya's because their whole composition is orientated around the Wombo combo.
Yeah.
They're going to be trying to Malphite Orianna you every single time. But the other thing is their damage is just basically pure AP, right? You have Malphite and Orianna, pure AP, and Corki, whose majority of his damage is AP as well. So you could even go for like a Banshees or something like that if you really wanted to.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see how Why Are You Running decides to itemize this game.
Yeah,
if
they
are considering that.
Yeah, with the 3 ocean, they can so easily siege too and just like whittle down. Like Cho'Gath, like the 3 oceans.
Fantastic objective control too.
It does get smoten away by John there. Baron is now up. Both teams trying to conserve vision for it. And here comes Zazel's brother.
Yeah, will actually just get wiped out. Does blow the shockwave, unfortunately. Cho'Gath on 3 members actually. does not even matter. He's like, oh man, we'll just walk away.
And this could be a free Baron for this side of Why Are You Running now.
Yeah, they do have the jungler available. Unstoppable Force could get Malphite in there for the possible steal, but the Devour's available, so really good objective secure.
No, and with this Baron, like the problem is that as the side of Ash University has no real way of wave clearing. They have Orianna who has wave clear, but not into Baron minions. This game might just be
That is
over
a
pretty soon.
scary void monster.
That is 6K gold lead with a 3-0 Cho'Gath who is up 500. That's so. You wouldn't believe it's only 500.
Yeah,
right? You would not think that it's only 500, but that CS, the plates Fiora picked up early on, along with the CS, makes up for a majority of the difference. But I mean, if you look at the gold, it's basically just in the mid lane and jungle, right? It's the 1700 jungle and the 3.5 thousand in the mid lane.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Seeing a massive performance. 60 creeps up. 70 creeps up rather, but
Yeah, AR definitely having a good game on this Cassiopeia. But he says, you know what, screw playing defensively. What Zanyas, what Banshees, I'm going for Rabadons.
oh man. Nothing scarier than the hat.
Okay, but look, he's got Randuin's on Cho'Gath and Righteous Glory, right? So he just Righteous Glory's in, waits for the slow to wear down, boom, Randuin's.
Another slow.
Another slow. So it's going to be pretty disgusting. I mean, honestly, this is like, Cho'Gath can dive and not care.
Yeah, it does have the Grievous Wounds also with the Bramble Vest, so it just provides a really annoying presence.
So there's really no need to match the Fiora here. Once you have like the Baron minion, like you could say, oh well, we just don't want the Fiora to really catch up. CS, blah blah blah. But if you just run into them with this Cho'Gath, they can't.
There's nothing
do
they can do.
anything.
They do have the package available.
But they
so,
also have triple ocean, right? So like even after you dive, you walk out and boom, you're at full health.
yeah.
So there's really no need to match this and go for the 1-3-1 here. I really wish we could see just a 5-man run in at him. Cho'Gath tank, Olaf running with them, Yuumi to like ult them. Like this is a lot of respect being given for Why You're Running that I really don't think is deserved right now.
Silence coming in onto the Fiora. ATA trying to get away if he can. Thresh trying to come in and help. JDaddy Meelink will have to blow the flash so he doesn't get stunned with the parry.
This is what I'm saying, right? Is like, yes, this Cho'Gath's strong. Yes, he has Randuin's. Yes, he has Bramble. But it's still Fiora. Like, there's no
Yeah.
need to take the risk of going for this 1v1 plays because if Fiora ults you and gets all 4 procs off, even with the reduced healing, she still does tons of damage, and the Vitals still do true damage. So it's still something to be cognizant of. There's no need.
Ooh, Petrifying Gaze will whiff, but they do get the connection onto the Shockwave.
Oh my god, the
Fantastic
damage.
Seraph activation will just...
Is that the BM barrier?
I think that's the BM barrier.
Oh, he's gonna die because he
Yeah,
barrier.
he's
wait,
gonna
wait.
die. Yeah, Unstoppable Force available. That's funny.
Oh, the BM barrier pays off. I'll tell you, never lane where they are actually AFK in the bot lane, because he will not use barrier. I laned with that man one time in the bot lane, and he never used the ability. It was ridiculous. So they're finally starting a group. I like this. I wish they would have done it a little bit sooner. They could have mowed him down. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
There's
we also have an
unnecessary
Infernal
risks.
that just spawned, so possibility to start fighting around that soon.
But this is what I mean, though, right? Is overall, they didn't really get as much out of Baron as they should have.
Yeah.
Right? If they had simply grouped up as 5 and just mowed them down, which the composition allows them to do, they have Ragnarok through the Olaf. They have ways of just melting
have
through them.
So many slows with the Undertow and the Prowling Projectile, everything coming from Cho'Gath. Like,
Yeah, like
it's
there's
going to be ridiculous. You can speed that Cho'Gath up with the zoomies.
if Malphite Orianna were to both simultaneously ult to Cho'Gath with Corki wailing on him, at the end of the combo, Cho'Gath would probably still have at least half HP left.
yeah,
so I mean,
he would be alive and could
it would definitely be alive.
Warmogs back up with his triple ocean.
Yeah, so I mean, I think this is actually a situation where we're seeing too much respect coming out of Why Are You Running, based off of where the game state is currently at. I think that if we fast forward 10 minutes, I think that's definitely the play Why You're Running should go for when you do have true threats to worry about, right? Like Fiora now has Trinity Force completed. She is very strong if you try and duel her. It's going to be a very terrifying situation to deal with. Once she gets Spear Shojin, you can't win a 1v1 against her anymore. That's just how the champion, again, just design works, scales with levels. She's all 14, has strong vitals. Level 16, she's just near impossible. We see this. Look at this collapse kind of being set up on a Cho'Gath, and here it is.
Yeah,
right,
tons
like,
of
boom.
pings coming out. Malphite making his way up does have the unstoppable force. J-Daddy Milik absolutely just getting wrecked.
And there it is.
Yeah,
right.
don't even have to use the ultimate. Shutdown coming through, and that will be a ton of gold going over to the Fiora. It does have the Trinity Force available now, so she just has a ton of raw damage.
But this is this is exactly what I was talking about.
They
Right?
are
Like, it's
actually AFK
telegraphed.
possibly trying to dive Fish and Tux again. He's already proved before that he can kill Fish under turret.
Yeah, he just wants to go for the turret here. We do have Baron spawning in a minute, and again, the Cassiopeia clear of Baron is very significant. But now you have to start worrying about this Fiora, right? And again, there was no need to let this game last this long for why you're running. They have the heavy advantage. They had the lead. All they needed to do was just run it in.
Fantastic flash coming out from actually AFK. Last chapter will find
There's
the
the play.
Thresh out. Teleport comes
Hello?
in from
AR?
Fiora, but Fiora possibly just going down
Oh,
here.
what a good
Fantastic
shockwave.
shockwave for the disengage, but not sure what Ruthless can do.
Oh my
he actually
God, the
backload
damage.
Valkyrie's in, but just gets popped. This may be the end of the game here.
Oh, that is a scary looking Cho'Gath.
Yeah, that is a huge Cho'Gath here. Sitting at level 16, so he's getting... I'm sorry, level 15, so he doesn't even have all the value from those
See,
stacks yet.
look, just run in. This is what I wanted from you 20 minutes ago. Not 20, but
but yeah, fantastic play here. They are just saying this is our game. Sorry,
sorry.
we'll go ahead and pick up that the kill on Fish and Tux too with that last
Yeah, and,
true shot barrage.
Overall, I mean, like it was. You got to give credit to Zaz's little brother. I mean, he just took that game, ran away with it, found all the picks he needed.
You better say who it is, because I don't think.
No.
Twitch chat
Everyone knows. Everyone knows. It doesn't even need to be said. So no. Tim, Mike Oxmal Bros, definitely heavy MVP. The stats may not reflect it, but man, the amount of pressure this
Yeah,
man put
definitely
down
had-
early game was huge.
Yeah, definitely great kill participation. He was always on every objective as soon as it was spawning.
He found so
yeah.
many picks in jungle, put so much pressure top lane on the early Fiora, right? Guaranteeing that kill early on, getting leads for laners. It was a really, really big deal. So I think, this is definitely the person to look at going into the next game. And what's exciting is that means in the finals we have Ashland, Why Are You Running versus Arcane, which is Toledo's team, and a little bit of a familial rivalry going on. Toxic Drag is the younger brother of Twitch TV, Justify.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see the blood.
Yeah, so opposites in the map. A lot of players know each other very, very well. So this is a pretty exciting finals we have lined up here.
Yeah, we'll have to see how many BM emotes come out.
Also, both teams know each other pretty well, like roster, like champ
in
pools,
terms of
everything.
champ pools, yeah. So there'll be a lot of target bans.
Yeah, draft is going to be super exciting.
Yeah, draft will be really interesting. Definitely don't go anywhere. We'll be back after a little bit of a break. Give the give teams time a little bit set up.
Yep,
But yeah.
absolutely. Don't touch that browser.